Go a little deeper. Here's Steve Hassan on February 16th, and he's promoting a piece by Daniel Ed Morrison. That's not the Daniel Ed Morrison who's a teacher at the University of Oregon, but it's a man from Australia I know a little bit about, and I'm learning more as evidence comes in. And here he is. He's posting an article. In the article, he basically narrows down Q to me and says that I'm good friends with Eric Prince, the founder of Blackwater. I don't know Eric Prince. I don't respect Eric Prince. I think Blackwater were scum. I think that they raped Iraqi women, innocent Iraqi women and innocent Iraqi children. They would execute the women and children in front of the husbands. They engaged in torture. I think they're guilty of war crimes. Very upset to see Trump pardon some of these guys. Thought that was a bad move. And, you know, my feeling about Trump is that he made a big mistake and allowed neocons to control what he was doing. I think and when he runs for 2024, and he will, you know, he's going to win. And he's going to win as a wiser, more seasoned man. You know, the bottom line right now is you're going to see the destruction of the RNC because there's going to be a split and there's going to be a Trump party. I don't know what the name will be. I know Trump will probably want to call it the Trump party, but I don't think that's going to fly. I think they're going to want something that would be a legacy name, but I think the RNC is going to go the way of the Whigs. And that's what we're seeing. Now, as far as the Steve Hassan guy, well, he fashions himself cult expert because he was a Moonie in the late 60s, early 70s. So this is a man who is susceptible to cults. And I think, you know, look, this is, Denise Matto is not my friend. She doesn't even like me. But I am going to point out that we've all, you know, laughed at her and said, what a crazy lady, but some of the stuff that she's been talking about seems to carry some weight, seems to carry some real weight, and, you know, that's that. So I haven't talked to, my last interaction with Denise was to send her an email saying, hey, look at this, and, you know, she excoriated me back, so I can tell the love is deep. However, her calling Hassan a fraud and basically saying he is a cult leader acting as an anti-cultist, and also pointing out that the anti-Q people are, you know, quite frankly, a cult. Jim Stewartson himself is a cult leader. He is attempting to create the Thinking Project, which sounds just like his buddy Rick Wilson's The Lincoln Project, which is now beleaguered by allegations of pedophilia that seem to carry great merit. So how interesting that CNN would be hosting Steve Hassan recently, and, you know, just the day before, tearing John Weaver, fellow co-founder of the Lincoln Project, to pieces. It's almost like Fox News. They'll talk about Epstein, but then they'll go ahead and have Alan Dershowitz on as a legal expert. And we all know Dershowitz is dirty. He went to the island. We think he lied. We think he's a pervert. We also think that he probably gave whatever video was being taken on that island to Netanyahu. So that's the truth, you know, and if they're going to shut down my channel for speaking truth, so be it. Finally, I want to address this guy, Alessandro. I do like an all-American cartel. I think Julio's a pretty cool guy. And this Alessandro guy, who's a Costa Rican who claims to live on a compound, you know, he did some bad stuff. I thought he had some research chops until he went ahead and said, I can't prove it, but I think Thomas was a member of the Temple of Set. No, The Temple of Set was a cult that was run by Michael Aquino. I think Michael Aquino was an evil son of a bitch. I also think that the Temple of Set was pretty stupid because they obviously didn't do a thorough research into Egyptology. They didn't know what they were doing. It's one of these, Disneyland archaeological cults. Set was considered a benevolent god in the early period of Egypt when the south and north were reunited. He became a malevolent god somewhere around the 13th dynasty. That's when there was economic decline and plagues, and a lot of bad stuff happened in the 12th and 13th, not the 18th dynasty that the Old Testament talks about. So as far as this Steve Hassan, I personally believe he's a mouthpiece for the CIA, and he's part of, what used to be called Operation Mockingbird. I call it Operation Pterodactyl because we have the internet right now, and it's much bigger. But it might be interesting for Truth Convoy to have a talk with Janon. And Janon was the co-host of Lepo and left Lepo, basically called Lepo out. And there is his Twitter handle. And I find what Janon says to be very truthful. I think he's a smart guy. This skills person, I know exactly who this person is, and she's so scared about being doxxed. Her name is mentioned all the time in a big Discord with about 100 people right now in it, and I'm not going to dox her here. Don't want to break those TOS rules. So it's pretty funny, and she's very upset with Alpha Sierra because Alpha Sierra found out who she was, and Alpha Sierra is a pretty cool researcher who has had lots of interactions with government and knows her stuff and knows how to get background on people, including Julia Bork. More coming with that one later.